Welcome back, old friends, and welcome, new ones, to Narratrix of Nightmares. This is where stories breathe, only when you listen. Tonight we step into a different kind of stage. Not arenas, not stadiums, but a therapy room, where the shadows are louder than the crowd. This is the voice behind the voice, the boy behind the scream. William Bruce Rose Jr., William Bailey, Axl Rose. When you're talking to yourself and nobody's home. Some stories aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to bleed. The chair creaks. He doesn't take off the shades. He stares at the carpet like it might stare back. William Bruce Rose Jr., William Bailey, Axl Rose. 3 names, 1 fractured self. This is not a concert. This is confession. Tell me about your name. They call me William Bailey. I lived under a lie. Then, as a teenager, I found my birth certificate. My name wasn't Bailey. It was Rose. I thought maybe that meant something. Maybe I could find him. Maybe my father had answers about who I was, why he left. But when I looked, all I found was a headline. He'd been murdered, dumped in a field. Gone, before I could even ask him why. Where did that leave me? With nothing, no father, no closure, no truth. All I wanted was to know if I had his eyes. That's all. And even that was stolen. When you're talking to yourself and nobody's home. He went looking for identity. What he found was finality, and the silence screamed louder than any crowd. What about your childhood? I was beaten before I was old enough to understand why. My stepfather used fists, my mother used silence. Then came the church, Pentecostal. They forced hymns down my throat, forced me to sing when all I wanted was to cry. When you're told pain is holy, you learn to bleed quietly. They said God was love, but all I saw was fear. Maybe that's why I never trusted either. Ooh, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. The boy who was punished for weeping grew into a man who weaponized his wail. You've said you feel like you have more than one self. William, Axl, the preacher's boy, the outlaw, the rage. When I couldn't survive as one, I split it into pieces. When you clap for Axl, you're burying William. When you curse Axl, you're killing him again. People think I was crazy. No, I was surviving. Dissociation kept me alive. You wanna step into my world? It's a sociopsychotic state of bliss. That's not me. That's survival talking. The voices weren't theatrics. They were fragments, survival tactics. One self to take the beatings, another to smile in church, another to rage on stage. How did you cope? Drugs dulled the screaming in my head, but they never shut it off. Women, I mistook sex for intimacy, mistook bodies for love, but they always left, or I pushed them away before they could. I used to love her, but I had to kill her. Every high ended in a crash, every kiss tasted like betrayal, every kiss. I wondered if they were holding William, Axl, or just the stage. The boy who never had safety searched for it in chemicals and flesh, but no substance, no lover could undo the wound of abandonment. So easy, but nothing seems to please me. Even love had an expiration date, every embrace already half gone. And when he tried to write about love, it came out as mourning. The ballads were dirges. His greatest love song was always about loss. Nothing lasts forever, even cold November rain. And the stage? The stage was my church. The crowd was my family. But if they betrayed me, if they walked out, flashed a camera, broke the trust, I punished them. Because betrayal had to be punished. That's the law I learned at home. When a fan left early, it felt like my mother turning her back again. And I never forgave her either. Hey, you've got me in a coma, and I don't think I wanna ever come back to this world again. Fame didn't heal him. It magnified the wound. The congregation adored him, and he raged at them all the same. So why sing? Because it's the only time they have to hear me. They never listened when I cried as a boy, so I learned to scream like a man. And all my friends said I was high, but everything we've ever known's here. I never wanted it to die. Yeah. The scream of Axl Rose is not rebellion. It is survival. The voice of a boy beaten into silence. He learned to make the world listen. He never found his father. He never found a home. But he found his voice. And he made the world choke on it. Thank you for listening. To those of you who've been here since the first whisper, and to those who are just now stepping into the dark, this place only exists because you do. For as long as you stay, the voices will never be silenced. If you felt something in this story, rage, grief, or recognition, leave it in the comments below. Your echoes matter here. And remember, not every story wants to frighten you. Some just want to be believed.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills heals up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.